I have been getting so many questions about my birth plan with Beanie, and honestly, to understand why I'm choosing a home birth, I think you kind of have to understand where I come from. So I grew up in a world where home birth was basically the norm. I was constantly around other moms who had home births. I was a home birth myself. It's just basically the atmosphere that I was immersed in. So for me, this isn't some crazy new trend or something that I'm just starting to hop onto. It's actually what makes the most sense to me personally. But before we get further into that, I just want to be super clear here. This is my personal journey. You are 100% entitled to your own opinions and your own choices for your own family, your own body. I don't expect everyone to see the world the way that I do because our experiences shape us differently, okay? So for me, the most important thing about birth is that the mother feels relaxed, comfortable, undisturbed, etc. Home is where I feel those things the most, and that is the main reason why I want to have a home birth. Also, something else I should probably say before we continue is that I want to acknowledge the medical side of things because I fully understand that there are complicated pregnancies, high-risk situations, where a home birth just is not an option for some women. So I completely understand that. I am so incredibly grateful that I do not have a high-risk pregnancy. I've been completely healthy, and honestly, overall, this pregnancy has been very easy, very smooth. I don't want to take that for granted at all. But that is something that I want to say. It's like, if you cannot have a home birth, I don't want you to feel bad, like home birth is the only way you can have a good quality birth or anything like that. That is not true. Check out hypnobirthing. But anyways, I just wanted to get that out there just in case there's anyone in the comments saying like, you can have the same kind of birth in a hospital and all that stuff. It's like that you totally can. But for me personally, I don't need to have a birth in a hospital, and I don't want to. Now, because I've been around breastfeeding and home birth and basically like crunchy moms, I guess you could say, my whole life, I've developed this deep-seated confidence in my body and in my maternal instincts. I grew up seeing how powerful and how special a woman's body is, and I saw that we were literally designed to bring life into this world. And because of that, birth was never something that felt scary to me. It wasn't something that I feared. If anything, it was something that inspired me. It was something that I really, really respected in women, and it really made me happy to be a woman, which is, I don't know, I think that's just kind of crazy in our day and age, since it's not the typical thing that should make you proud to be a woman, according to society. Like, who decided that? I always knew that I wanted a home birth because of the environment. I like to be in my own space where I can labor exactly how I need to. I don't want the beeping of machines and the harsh fluorescent lights or random people I've never met before poking and prodding me. I don't want to be asked a million questions while I'm trying to focus or just deal with those constant cervical exams that they constantly do in the hospitals. To be honest, you know what? Hospitals in general stress me out. And if I'm stressed, my body is not going to do what it needs to do. And that is just a fact. And I have come to terms with that. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. And because I know someone is definitely going to ask, yes, we have a backup plan. Of course we do, okay? Having a plan B is the responsible thing to do. I have complete confidence in my current plan, okay? But having a backup plan doesn't mean I'm expecting my current plan to fail. It's just kind of like, I don't know, an insurance policy, I guess. If we don't use it, great. If we use it, great. Because it means we're doing what's best for the baby in that moment. But before we dive deeper, I first want to tell you guys about our sponsor today, Gloria Patri. If you guys are like me and you cannot go without your cup of coffee, this is the perfect brand for you. Not only are my husband and I complete coffee snobs, but I'm even more so of a coffee snob now that I'm pregnant. And while I do have to limit my caffeine intake, I can tell you for a fact that I look forward to my cappuccino every single week. So if you guys want to try a quality coffee brand and you guys are coffee snobs like us, check out Gloria Patri. You can go to gloriapatri.com and use my code HIPPIE20 for 20% off. when I close my eyes and I think of my birth, I think, cozy and warm and safe, relaxed, familiar, all of that stuff just feels so right to me. And I'm doing a lot of mental work right now, meditation and mantras, not like the new age stuff, to be clear. And that's because birth is such a massive mind game. The more mentally prepared you are, the better the outcome. So staying relaxed, in my opinion, is the ultimate key. And that is why I've been doing a lot of the Christian hypnobirthing, because, just my faith in general is a huge part of this birth. I've already consecrated Beanie to the Immaculate Heart of Mary and the Sacred Heart of Jesus. But I spend a lot of my time now meditating on the Divine Mercy image. My go-to mantra right now is the surrender prayer. And that is, "Oh Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything." I repeat this over and over, and if I can't sleep at night, I say it. If I feel a wave of anxiety, I start praying this prayer. It just offers me so much peace, and I trust God. I trust my body. I trust my midwife. I trust my husband. This is literally what my body was created for, and I couldn't be more excited. Max is also going to be right there with me, and he has been preparing just as much as I have. He knows me better than anybody, and he knows exactly what I need, and I don't even really have to tell him, and that's great. More importantly though, he knows that too many words tend to piss me off when I'm in the zone. I can't stand people talking at me, and he knows how to rub my shoulders just right. We have a whole game plan. We have specific words that work for me, focusing on low sounding noises and keeping all of that energy just like calm and relaxing. And Max is basically going to be my second midwife, I guess you could say. And I love that he can be fully present and just like totally engulfed in the birth of our son. I think that's just so beautiful. But yeah, I want to be in my own home, where I can move freely. If I want to be on all fours or in the shower or pacing back and forth through our living room, I can. I want to eat and drink whatever I feel like I want to or whenever I want to, because people know birth is a literal marathon. My body is going to need a lot of fuel, and I want to wear my own clothes. I even want Beanie to be born in an environment with familiar germs. This really, really does help babies with their immune systems, because these are familiar germs, and so the baby can start his immune system building with the people and the place he'll be living in, and that's really healthy, as opposed to being exposed to more dangerous germs at a hospital. That doesn't automatically mean your child's going to contract something from the hospital, but it can be more likely, because even though some rooms are sterile, there are a lot of sick people in a hospital and stuff just happens. I really value the one-on-one attention that I will be getting from my midwife while giving birth. I don't want to be rushed through labor or told to push before my body is actually ready to push. I want to listen to my own physiological cues, okay? That is so important to me. And once Beanie is here, I don't want to have to drive home or be moved around. I don't want the lights being turned on, people checking on me constantly. I want immediate skin-to-skin contact. I want delayed cord clamping and 0 unnecessary interventions. 0, okay? I want my baby to be able to start breastfeeding immediately without like this clock ticking in the background or in the back of my head like, oh, they're gonna rush us out of here as quickly as possible. Because I really do think that those first few hours of just existing as a family are so sacred to me. I want to relish in Beanie's arrival without a nurse coming in every hour to check my vitals or poke the baby or whatever. I want to be in my own bed eating the food I've already prepared, lots of nourishing broths and warm soups. I want to actually sleep, knowing that I'm in my own room, in a safe environment with my husband at my side. That is what I want. Now, I've had so many people tell me, just wait until things don't go the way you plan, or be realistic, something will go wrong, or blah, 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 whatever. I've talked about how I deal with motherhood negativity. I'll link it below in the description. I've done a video on it, but respectfully, please keep those comments to yourself. Having expectations and being realistic are not mutually exclusive. I am mentally and physically prepared to pivot if there is an emergency, but just please stop projecting unhealed birth trauma onto new moms. I have met so many women who had difficult births, but they share their stories with such love and such inspiration. They don't tell me to just wait for something bad to happen. They tell me how strong they've become and how they support what I'm advocating for. And that is the kind of energy that we need more of in the motherhood community, not less of. So yeah, anyways, just wanted to throw that out there because just keep those things to yourself. We don't need that energy here. Thank you. But overall, I guess there are probably a million reasons why I'm choosing a home birth. I know it might seem scary to some people who weren't raised around it, but honestly, hospital births are what scare me personally. I've seen them, I've heard the stories, and while they're not all bad, it's not what I want for my story and for my baby. And yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. So that is why I'm choosing a home birth. Love to know your guys' thoughts respectfully in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.